on Real Talk with Keith Smith. How you feeling over there, Keith?
I'm feeling very much so comfortable. I'm back in my comfort space. It's good to have you. I missed the heck out of you. As we were talking before, in the beginning of the week, it was a little bit rough. By Friday, the shows I was doing on my own actually fired off pretty good. I enjoyed my Friday show very much so. Enjoyed them all, but I'm looking forward to sitting across from my buddy and having a conversation. We have no topics for today, so please dump something in the feed, and let's see what Jerry and Keith, a.k.a. Batman and Robin, can do with it, if anything.
Put it in the feed, questions in the feed, comments in the feed. We'll relay them live on air. We'll highlight some folks watching the program right now. Lonnie Murray, hello. Holly Foster, James Watson, Bob Yarborough, Janet, Bossy, Capentello, how are you? Olivia, how are you, Olivia Branch? I've missed you. Lisa Costello, Kevin Yancey, Liza Borges, Jamie Turner, Heather Walker, Melly Dorian, Mark Lickman, Tom Stargell, Marlene Jones, Scott Proctor, Brittany Gray, Carrie Griggs, Cindy. I hope you're doing well, Schornberg. I hope you're doing well. I love Keswick. I love Keswick Vineyards and your brand. Sarah McDaniel, Bashir, hello. Dean Russell, hello. Patty Zeller, hello. Catherine D'Souza, hello. Chad Wood, hello. Landon Saul, hello. Herb Porter, hello. Sarah Morris, hello. This show is going to be hot. Judah Wickhauer, how you feeling? We can rock and roll. Have that 3-shot ready. I want to weave you into the mix. I haven't seen you in a little bit, and I'm excited to champion you, my friend. Give the show a like and a share anywhere you guys are watching. Guys, we're going to rock and roll in T-minus 15 seconds. Dylan's Rule on Twitter. ¿Qué pasa, chico? ¿Cómo estás, amigo? ¿Estás bien? ¿Sí? Johnny Ornales, ¿quieres hablar español conmigo? ¿Sí? Te amo, amigo. All right, J-Dubs, let's rock and roll. Oh, dude, the feed is responding. I love it. Brandon Lloyd, hello.
Quiet on the set.
Johnny, I see you sharing that show. Gracias, amigo. Guys, welcome to Real Talk with Keith Smith. My name is Jerry Miller. It's a Monday in downtown Charlottesville in the Commonwealth of Virginia. We are live on the I Love Seaville Network on Real Talk with Keith Smith, presented by Yes Realty Partners. Today's program is going to be red hot, red hot. I am back. I'm charged. I'm ready to rock and roll on a show that encourages you, the viewer and listener, to participate and offer your perspective, your ideas, your question, your case studies. Judah Wickhauer is in the house. Keith Smith is in the house. He's wearing pink. I am so excited to connect with you. Let's go to the 2-shot and welcome Keith Smith to the program. How are you?
I missed the hell out of you.
It's great to see you.
I gotta tell you, I missed.
You're doing great. The feed is responding. They're responding with vigor.
I missed the heck out of you. I missed sitting across from the table from you, and I definitely missed doing Batman and Robin and playing things back and forth. I really do. It was a lot of work. I got to give hats out to Judah, because without him,
hats out or hats off?
Yeah, that too.
All the above.
It didn't even take me 3 minutes, and I got a Smithism in.
I like it. Hats out to Judah Wickhauer. Can we go to the 3-shot and welcome affable, the lovable, the likable Judah Wickhauer on the show there.
Are you all flushed up on your Keith, or do you need a little recursion?
Oh, dude, I just spent 10 days on Long Island. That's where you're from.
Long Island.
I know all the Smithisms after spending 10 days on Long Island.
Long Island.
I was not in Levittown, but I felt like I was around the Smiths on Long Island.
Well, Long Islanders are Long Islanders.
Long Island is Long Islanders.
Long Islanders.
That's another Smithism, Judah. Long Islanders are Long Islanders. Good job, Keith.
Right.
Say hi to your friends, Judah, your fans.
If I had a hat, I'd take it out for you.
I'm sliding over, Judah. I miss you so much. Come on. God, fucking love you, man. Love you, Judah Wickhauer. Love you, Judah Wickhauer.
I can find you a hat. Trust me, we got one enough of them.
Judah's hair's on point right now. Are you using new product over there, Judah? You got a little volume up top. I like it. I like what you're doing to the hair.
I fluff it a little.
You add some volume. It looks good. I sincerely mean that.
Thank you.
Yeah, look at that. I mean that genuinely.
Just give it a little wave. Give it a little. Oh,
Do you
look
need
at
the
that.
fan? Keith's got the fan going. I think he actually likes the fan in the studio.
I do
'Cause it
actually.
I know you do.
Actually do.
Yeah.
Today I'm not wearing shorts because I was wearing shorts. I'd be leaning
Well,
more.
you're free balling?
No, I got I got jeans
Oh,
on
you got
today.
jeans on.
I've got to
I
meet.
thought you meant you were free balling. You know what
No,
that means?
Yeah, I do know what that
Okay.
means. I was born. Anyway,
You were born. Get out of town.
yeah, I was born, but it just
He was
wasn't.
born,
it
Judah.
just wasn't yesterday. I missed the hell out of you, man. I
Same.
really did. I really did. I really missed this fun and this two-way conversation that we have. I have no idea what we're going to talk about today.
Well, I got some ideas.
I know you do. You always do. But look, let's kind of kick it off a little bit. Everybody does. We do this week over week. Last 7 days, we had 76 come on the market, 78 went pending, so it's pretty much equal. And we had 84 sold. I will tell you, since Friday, there was a little bit of an uptick on pendings. I was watching that pretty closely. I know you do religiously watch
Oh,
it.
I'm on the MLS legitimately 3 times a day.
Yeah.
Legitimately.
There's therapy for people.
I would challenge a realtor on the Eastern Seaboard to the time I spend on the MLS, which I would bet every day is between 2 and 3 hours.
Yeah, that's a lot.
2 and 3 hours per day.
So what's your takeaway when you do that? What are you looking for?
I'm looking for comps. I'm looking for data.
And that's on the public side, right?
No, both sides.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I utilize Paragon.
Oh.
I legitimately, no BS. I mean this as sincere as I humanly can be. Utilize the MLS as if I was looking at the National Basketball Association or Major League Baseball or the National Football League.
Talk
and
about that. You got a
studying
big day tomorrow,
statistics.
don't you?
Oh, Jerry Ratcliffe Show.
Yeah, talk about that.
The Jerry and Jerry Show launches tomorrow. Judah,
What time does that go on?
10:15 a.m.
Oh, man, I'll be in a plane.
10:15 a.m., the Jerry Ratcliffe and Jerry Miller Show covering UVA sports at a time where the Atlantic Coast Conference may be completely dismantled. Launches tomorrow.
Dismantled.
Are you following?
I'm trying to keep up with you. I'm only at 2.5 hours a day on that.
The college football and
Yeah.
college sports landscape is changing altogether. And the big conferences like the SEC, the Big Ten, and the Big 12 are cherry picking some of the best colleges and putting them in their conference. So there's a legitimate chance that the University of Virginia, not next year, not the year after, but soon, could be in a different conference. And this is positive because if the University of Virginia was in the SEC or the Big Ten, we would have major college football in Charlottesville, and that would have a tremendous economic impact on the Central Virginia landscape.
That everything up to the economic impact kind of went.
The economic show at 12:30, or the Jerry and Jerry show at 10:15
I
tomorrow.
can't. I'm going to be on a plane. I'm going to be flying out to
They
Seattle.
have internet on planes.
Oh, yeah, but you got to pay extra for that. And we're cheap. So
It's
we're not-
$5.95.
No. Actually, when you're a Delta,
It's free. It comes with it.
yeah,
Yeah.
the level we are, we get
Yeah.
it free.
Yeah.
So I will go ahead and listen to you on the plane. So of just a little stat to throw out there, of the 84 sales that were sold this week in the car footprint, 24 were cash, 33 were fixed, were conventional. So out of 84, 24 were cash, which is something we've been talking about for a while. How that cash has been impacting the market, but I'm really anxious to see if there's anything on the feed that they want to chat about today. If not, I've got something I want to talk a little bit about.
Feed. Put it in the feed. Feed. Put it in the feed.
Feed? Hold on, is this a Long Island thing again?
I'm trying to do a Smithism. Go ahead. Kevin Yancey says the ACC will implode if Clemson and FSU leave. Right now, FSU is all bark and no bite. Johnny Ornelas, thank you for sharing the show. You have a city councilor and a board of supervisor watching you literally right now. Okay. I will say this.
So I'll watch the Smithisms because they actually think I know what I'm talking
You can
about.
do whatever you want. It's your show.
But let's go back to the Long Island thing because the ACC thing is a little bit. Not that I'm not a sports guy. I love the sports. I just like to go and watch a good game, and I watch. We're huge baseball folks. Actually, when we're out in San Diego, we're trying to sneak in a game with the Padres.
Oh.
So that's a lot of fun.
Petco Fuel?
Oh yeah, man.
Petco Field's nice.
Yeah, it's very interesting. We were out there last year, so we do this every year. COVID has been hit a little bit of a snag on that for us, but we go there every year. It's about the market updates, what's happening in the second half of the year, what's going on, and there's a lot of really smart people that talk, and hopefully they'll make me a little bit smarter and share some of that information with everybody.
This is
but Joan has never
your
been
sales extravaganza guy. What's his name?
Buffini.
Yeah. Brian Buffini?
Brian Buffini. I'm actually doing a little bit of speaking to some land trusts out there, some realtors in between, and believe it or not, the way this business works, we're going to be looking at a piece of property in La Jolla to help a client sell a piece of.
I like it.
Referrals are a big thing in our business, and I'm able in the area, and maybe we might hang out in La Jolla Beach. La Jolla is one of our favorite places to hang out.
It sounds like a tax write-off waiting to happen.
Oh yeah, of course. Hello. I go to St. Martin. It's a tax write-off.
I know. That's the ability or the opportunistic nature of being an entrepreneur. Comments come in the feed already.
I've never sat next to somebody at a beach didn't say, "So hey, how you doing? What do you?" Eventually they ask us, "What do you do for a living?"
Yeah. Tax write-off.
Tax write-off.
Tax write-off.
Tax
That's
write-off.
exactly right.
But to quote my Jewish uncle, God rest his soul, you got to make it to write it off. So, there you go.
Well, the write-off only works as long as the business is viable over a certain percentage of time. You can write off some.
So I'm going to make this really simple. My Jewish uncle said, you got to make it to write it off. It's not that complicated.
This has come in via Spotify.
Yeah, cool.
Ooh, Judah, a new commenter from Spotify. Are you ready for this one? Leslie Borman says, Keith and Jerry, we stream your show often live, or if not, in hindsight, while working out in the car or at dinner while we're preparing food for the kids. Can you speak to what Jerry, and Ricardo Duran just commented on the show as well. We love you, Ricardo Duran. But he says this, can you speak to what Jerry shared on Twitter? This is what we talked about. What Jerry shared on Twitter when it comes to the fourth quarter and rates rising.
Yeah, so, look, I think a lot of that, we covered that on Wednesday with Scott Morris with Ross Mortgage, one of our wonderful sponsors. Did I do the good?
That was good. Scotty Moe.
Scotty Moe. Look, I think what's going to happen is, this AAA plus down to
the Fitch downgrading.
Yeah, may impact a little bit. But I actually read and I forwarded it, put it on Facebook actually. According to HouseWire, it looks like rates are kind of dropping down a little bit. So we're going to see rates bounce up and down. But I guess the only comment I can make is in the last 7 days, 84 houses closed at a 7% mortgage rate. Now, 24 of them were cash, which is not, rates are not impacting that. But the difference between 24 and 84, I'm not smart enough to figure that out, whatever that is.
Your daughter is watching. She goes, I'm finally watching from the East Coast.
Love having her here.
It was what, your 29th birthday?
Yeah.
Beauty and brains and talent. When is she coming on the program?
She is right now. They're pods.
Avon,
yeah, they're pods.
Avon, I'm doing a little flirting here, but I'm doing it respectfully since your father is sitting across from me right now, and he's got a bass. I know. I'm just waiting to go in there.
Hold on a second. It's much more.
Dude, if you throw that at me, I'm interested.
If I throw the whole thing at you.
Did you see your coffee place is opening back up?
No, I did not. I didn't make it over that way.
It's opening up in the next handful of days. What is it?
Oh, do that again.
How long?
Do that again.
Is it Lone Light Coffee? Lone Lighter?
Look at this shit. Oh, excuse me. Look at this.
Tiny ears.
Sorry about that. You spend 10 days on Long Island and you're all of a sudden talking like a Long Islander.
Long Island.
You got your hand. Look at this. Your hands are moving.
Our son uses this, Trey. Judah. Our son Trey says this. Mutta, brudda, whata. Literally says it like that.
Is that a problem?
You remember this? Hello, Mata.
Hello, Mata.
Are you on a three-shot? Are you on a three-shot,
Father.
or are you the voice of God over there? Can you do that on a three-shot, please?
So where is that from?
When is your daughter coming on the program?
They just moved in.
Well, come on.
They got pods. They got to set up.
Avon, when are you coming on the show?
She's taking her real estate exams, so let's get that done.
Let me give her some props.
We'll get that done.
She'll make the show look a lot better.
Have you looked in the mirror lately?
Hey, I am. I absolutely.
I don't know,
am.
but the tan's looking really good on you, though.
Did I get tan?
A little bit, yeah. You did.
Mi madre es cubana y por eso I'm naturally tan.
So here's the trick. You got to take your phone off, take your watch off. If you take your watch off, let's see how much.
I actually wear my watch in the pool, in the ocean.
I know that. I never take my watch off. You see my little white band?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I want to see the.
No, I don't.
You want to
actually.
see the?
No, I don't really.
Okay,
I
I'll
really
stop.
don't. I really
I'll
don't.
stop. I'll stop.
I really don't.
I'll stop.
I really don't. You know. Then I'll have to go get my biking shorts on.
You had your biking shorts on her 29th trip around the sun.
So I'm excited. She is excited about getting into biking, which makes Daddy, Papa all excited.
Well, I mean, what are you guys? A 2-hour ride from each other on a bike? Can you ride together?
Is she talking to you?
No.
How the hell do you know that that's what I'm going to do?
No, is it 2 hours? I have no idea. It was an estimate. She
How do
lives
you
on
know,
the west side of Richmond.
How do you
for those
know
that
I'm
know.
planning to ride from Lake Monticello to Richmond?
Well, because I know you.
Oh,
I know you, and you're passionate about bicycle riding.
No, I'm just.
Is
You
it
know
a 45-minute car ride?
Door to door is 1 hour, 60
Okay.
miles.
So the bicycle ride is probably what, 3 hours?
So you're a smart guy. Take 16 divided by 15. What does that
Okay.
equal? Maybe not so much as smart
It's
guy.
early in the morning. It's early in the morning.
So Judah can do it first. Somebody can divide 60 by 15.
60 by 15?
Yeah.
You're looking at 4. Yeah, we can do that. That's arithmetic. I didn't hear him the first time.
Is
It's
that
4,
is
Judah.
it that
It's
many?
4.
Hold it.
Both Judah and
1, 2, 3, 4.
Both Judah and I look at each other. We're like,
And then you
"It's
gotta
4."
you gotta add a half hour because old dudes like to stop every once in a while and hydrate.
When is she coming on the show?
I don't know.
Can I ask you, when are you coming
Did she
on the
ask an intelligent question?
She says crazy, all these crazy ideas. Come on the show.
Yeah. No. We are. We're gonna do that. But right now, her husband.
That was Yona who said all these crazy ideas.
Oh yeah.
Yona's like, I think that would mean like reel it in right there, reel it in.
We're in trouble.
No.
Yes, we are.
So the questions come on the feed
Yeah, okay.
from Spotify.
Okay. Refresh my memory.
And it looks like we're going to see a fourth quarter rate hike.
I think you will. Well, let's quantify that. Fourth quarter Fed hike, right? Is that what we're talking about, or are we talking about 30-year fixed?
I mean, I understand that you say that they're not the same, but they're clearly they're correlated.
Of course they are, because the 30-year, which is tied to the 10-year Treasury, we're actually going to talk intelligent stuff right now.
There we go.
Is tied to the 10-year fixed, 10-year Treasury thing, and as that goes up, 30 years go up. But what impacts the 10-year, as you well know, is what Powell does, right? Because it's an emotional thing. It's not actually directly connected. If one goes up, the other automatically goes up. But I haven't looked at what the 10-year rate is right now. I'll let you chat for a
On
minute.
Thursday, the 30-year fixed was at its high since what? The last 20-some years?
Yeah.
A 30-year fixed on Thursday close of business. 30-year mortgage.
Yeah, so right now, the 10-year Treasury is at 4.075. So that means we're getting close to 8 at some point.
Leslie is asking the question, if we hit 8 or surpass 8, what goes down?
What goes down?
What happens?
That's a great question. Everybody thought if we hit 7, we wouldn't be having 84 sales. And 64 of them, if I did my math right. Yeah, 64 of them. I think I'm close. 64, who knows? Whatever. 64 or thereabouts.
Okay.
Of them were financed, right? I know that I can look at it here. Conventional arm was 3, which is interesting. Why anybody would do that at this point in life, I don't get. 33 is a conventional. FHA is 10, and the rest of them are some USDA and that kind of stuff on it. VA is 10 of them. So people are buying homes at 7%. Is 8% going to make a difference? Is 9% going to make a difference? You know what? I don't really know.
You foresee a 9% interest rate environment?
Well, if the 10-year Treasury goes above 4 and goes to 4.5 and goes to 5, that's how this works, folks, right? It's all tied to the Treasury. As the Treasury go, and I'm surely not smart enough to explain the intricacies of it, but I'm smart enough to know.
But you did say in a Holiday Inn Express last night.
It was an Omni, actually. But anyway.
With Yona.
With you. Oh. Oops.
Andre Xavier, hello.
I'm only kidding, guys. It's just a little joke.
He's joking. Obviously, he's joking.
So, but as that 4 goes up, 30-year mortgages go up. As that 4 goes down, 30-year mortgages go down. It's that basic. But to answer the question, I think there's such a pent-up demand and such a lack of inventory. Volume, in other words, number of units, number of homes sold, I think are going to they're going to decrease. But they're going to still be homes that are going to sell, right? People are going to still be buying homes at it. I mean, we're at right now an average volume of units sold, roughly 2016. But we're also not at that interest rate that we were in 2016. We're way above 2016 interest rate. Excuse me, I got to shut my hearing aids off here.
Johnny Ornelas, you're the man. He gives Keith Smith props for being handsome. Loves Judah Wickower, says hi to me. Johnny
I'm gonna have a
Ornelas.
conversation with Johnny today. I'm looking forward to it.
Johnny Ornelas is making moves. Johnny and Steve Ornelas, the entire Ornelas family, are making moves.
Without giving specifics.
Yeah, I know. I got a little details as well. We're not going to give specifics, Smith.
But I honestly going to look at you in the face and tell you this. I cannot think of a better family to go ahead and do this.
Not
They're just
only
unbelievable
the Ornelas family, not only A+
Plus, he
people.
calls me gorgeous all the time, which
He just called you handsome.
There you go,
Yeah.
handsome and gorgeous.
The Ornelas family is creating jobs.
So Johnny, there's these things called optometrists.
Okay.
You might want to go look at them
come
if
on
you think
now.
I'm gorgeous or handsome. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the conversation. We're making some magic happen.
Do you think the inventory will get throttled more, Keith? That's what she's asking. That's the follow-up comment.
The answer is no.
Wow, okay. Surprised with that answer.
No, you're not, because you shouldn't be, because there's different terminologies for it, and however you want to call it. But the bottom line, everybody was at 3 or 4%, isn't going to move. But then you have situations like we have multiple clients on the listing side that have to sell. They have to sell, right? And they're not happy about that, frankly, because unfortunately there's a bunch of divorces that we've got going on right now. Don't quite understand what that's all about, but it just seems maybe we're just running through a cycle of folks that are giving us a call on that. But that's becoming an issue. We have some folks who are helping out in La Jolla, right? I was telling you about that. Just the fact that we are interviewing real estate agents out there to help this family that's out there. I'm already getting phone calls from, hey, when are you going to put the house on the market so we can buy it? Literally. How they know that's happening is beyond me, but I'm actually getting phone calls from adjoining property owners, so forth and so on, to go ahead and go, hey, when are you going to hit the market kind of stuff. And God only knows how this works.
Kevin Yancey wants to make a bet. Kevin, you want to make a bet?
Oh, we're a little light on rum.
On bourbon.
On bourbon.
Kevin Yancey says he predicts a 0.5 point increase during the fourth quarter.
So we're talking about the Fed rate.
No, I think he's talking 30-year fixed. We're talking
Well, let's
30-year
clarify
fixed.
that.
He's talking 30-year fixed. Are you talking 30-year fixed there, Johnny? Or excuse me, Kevin Yancey? What are you talking about right there?
If he's talking about, I think
so. Kevin, you're predicting what? Let's clarify the prop bet. I love proposition bets.
So
I've been making proposition bets since I was 12 years old.
What was the first one?
Could I kiss Kimberly Kraling by the end of the school day or not? Made that bet with Carter Beard, and I kissed her.
Regardless if she wanted to or not.
No, she wanted to. It's 12.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then we were betting bourbon at that age?
No, we weren't betting bourbon. I think at that point we were betting like
Lollipop.
baseball cards.
Baseball cards.
Yeah.
Hey, it is a thing.
Tops baseball
That's
cards or
something you
upper
don't-
deck baseball cards.
That's something you don't see a lot of anymore.
Baseball cards are hot.
I know they have value to them, but you don't see kids walking around with baseball cards
That's
anymore.
true.
They're walking around with this thing in their hand. Look, I think you're going to, and this is a great conversation when I'm out west getting some knowledge
Scott Morris Wednesday.
on Wednesday. To his point, though, he's kind of said you're going to be going up and down, up and down, up and down. Everybody, and we're going to find out because these are going to be really smart people that are going to be telling us that. Again, same people that said we never get over 4%. Just a little point to ponder there on that end of it. But look, the reality of it is, I still believe, this I know statistically, because we're in a recession. I don't care what anybody says. We're in a recession. We're probably going to teak up a recession a little bit more. Usually at the tail end of a recession, interest rates go down. So we will probably, at some point in the beginning of next year, see interest rates go down. But look, man, you and I have been talking about this until I'm going to be 80.
You're not 80.
No, I'm going.
What are you, 49?
Oh, thank you for lying.
What are you, 59?
Oh, you're such a great liar. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Pamela Ross, hello.
Oh, Pamela Ross.
Yeah.
Pamela Ross is a rock star.
She's watching. She gave you props.
Pamela
Ricardo
Ross.
Durant gave you props.
Pamela is a rock star. At some point, her and I are going to hop on a bike together and ride the same route.
Where are you going?
I don't know. Wherever she picks the space, I'm going.
Okay.
Right? I figured out how to pack my bike and travel. Pamela, Yona doesn't know this, but I rented a bike for the 7 days we're in San Diego, so I'm going to be doing some bike riding in San Diego.
Good for you.
Look out for pictures on that end of it. But she's a rock star of a human.
Here's the question. Here's another follow-up question. And viewers and listeners, put your question in the feed. Go ahead, Keith.
Let me just finish this train of thought before I lose it. Look, this 3 to 4%, right? Or sub 3. You and I have been talking about also shadow inventory, whatever you want to call it. There's this whole segment of homes. I read an article this morning. 80% of all new of homes right now have what, Jerry? Less than a 4% mortgage. So there's and you know this. So there's 80% of the inventory out
4%
there.
or less.
4% or
Including
less.
yours truly.
4% or less.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, the mortgage I got 10, 12 years ago, I'm kind of there myself.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So these homes, unless they have to move, right? Divorces, Pamela Ross is an awesome doc. She's an ER doc, and she travels all over the country as a traveling ER doc. Who knows? Let's assume that she takes a permanent role someplace. So she's going to have to move. She's going to have to sell to go have to move. So there's the most sellers are moving because of a reason: retirement, life changes, God forbid, divorces. Whatever. They're going ahead. They're going in. We want to be closer to grandkids. Grandkids want to be closer to us. That kind of thing. But there's such a huge.
She's on fire. Go ahead.
There's such a huge. And it took me a while to get here, Jerry. And you kind of steered me there. It took me a while to get there to really realize that this is this one factor that we've never seen before. At least in 35 years, I haven't. So how that's going to impact...
John Blair put this on my radar. He's watching right now. I gave John Blair props about this on LinkedIn.
No. I think he's spot on.
John Blair called this before anyone. John, if you're watching right now, give me a little holla, 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 holla.
But here's the thing. It's going to be a tremendous amount of pressure on the sellers because I'm telling you, they have to move, right? They have to sell. They have to move. And at the end of the day, in our footprint, there was 84 units that closed in a week. Now, keep in mind, those are on the market 30 days. No, they went into contract, 30, 45 days ago, but closed in the last seven days. But these are people, 64 of them got a loan at 7%. So, I think when interest rates go up and if the 10-year-old keeps on climbing. Interest rates will go up. That's just the way life's going to be. I still think we're going to have enough sales.
Kevin Yancey, we making that bet? Let's do a prop bet here, Kevin Yancey, King of Waynesboro, Mayor of
So
Waynesboro.
did he clarify what he's doing?
I'm starting to set the stage for the prop bet. He's getting a little quiet right there.
Got it.
He's getting a little quiet.
I think he's talking about the Fed. I think he's talking about the
I'm
Fed.
happy to make a prop bet on the Fed, on that as well.
Yeah, I don't think a half a point, quarter point.
I know this quite well.
Yeah, I think it's a quarter point. I don't think they're going to. I think with unemployment kind of scooting down a little bit, I don't think they do that. But everybody's predicting at least a quarter percentage on it. What's the feed telling us?
So Travis is watching.
Hey, Travis.
Jamie Turner, repping the pep in Culpeper. He says if interest rates continue to go up, I think we will see impacts to the realtor profession.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, Jamie Turner, great comment. You're 100% right. I think we're seeing that now.
We talked about this a long time ago, and I haven't looked at the stats yet for NAR, National Association of Realtors. But yeah, you're going to see. Look, I'll get to something here in a minute. The city of Charlottesville, the first half of this year, only had 86. That was my dyslexia kicking in. Only 186 sales. From January 1 to July 31st. That's the lowest in 9 years. It's actually lower than COVID. Albemarle County, 511, same January 1 to July 31st. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. In 9 years, the lowest down, below COVID. Green, 111. Nothing in 9 years that are close. The lowest was 131 in 2019. Fulvana, everything is down. So how does real estate agents make money?
Well, did you see the Redfin news this morning?
I did not read that.
Redfin, how would you characterize Redfin?
So Redfin's a national brokerage, right? It's like EXP. It's kind of more of a internet-based company, but go ahead.
Zillow has partnered with Redfin on new construction listings. So you have competitors now partnering in an extremely challenging market. Okay. Redfin is now changing its commission structure with its agents.
Yeah, that's always been the case, though. They've been all over the map on their commission
I will
structure.
read you the lead or the nut graph that was released today. Wall Street Journal, New York Times, Housing Wire, Market Watch, whatever outlet you follow, it's all over it. Starting in 2024, Redfin plans to give agents in Los Angeles and San Francisco the lion's share of the commission on self-sourced sales while keeping for ourselves the high margins on Redfin-sourced sales. Redfin's goal is to hire and keep agents who can deliver better service and higher close rates for Redfin-sourced customers buying homes above the 1 million threshold and incremental profits from their own sales as well. This is on Housing Wire. So Redfin's partnering with Zillow. I don't see how. I mean, you're the brains of the operation. I'm just a guy that talks into a microphone here.
First of all, we know better than that.
I don't see how the Redfin Zillow is not a clear cooperation.
No. They're just partnering together. I don't.
Zillow is partnering with Redfin
I
on new
don't see
construction.
that. Yeah. So it's interesting because by and far, most new construction companies, Stanley Martin Homes, a great partner of the show on that, do their own in-house sales. So it's kind of interesting. I got to dig a little deeper into that, exactly what they're trying to do in here. But I will tell you, in our marketplace, at a certain price point, going up, $750, $850, or north of that, people are pivoting to new construction because they can't find what they're looking for, right?
We're having a conversation about this at what time today? 3 o'clock? 3 o'clock, a conference call on new construction.
Sure.
And how we can position new construction in the sales cycle with inventory and existing construction being throttled and tight.
Yeah.
And the strategy is new construction, the value proposition of land acquisition and building from start, new construction, has never been more valuable or more appealing.
So I'll add more to that. So the time of great unpleasantness took people like me out. So the pool of people that can do this is very shallow, right? And it's the problem right now. If you got enough cash, this works even better. Borrowing money for a line of credit right now is a little bit expensive. But that's what buyers want. What buyers want is, because I've got 4 new construction custom clients that if there were folks out there to do what I used to do, which have this large pot of money and build it for you on it, I would take a first deed of trust on your property, yada, yada, yada. And then
Feed is on fire.
Go ahead and build it, right? That's a niche that just doesn't exist anymore. It's a risky niche, right? I'm here to testify. I'm here to testify to that. I've earned my stripes and T-shirt. It's at home. I belong to that club. But the likelihood of having a 2008, 9, and 10, Jerry, blow up, even at interest rates climbing, it was interesting. And when
Ray Cadell, I'm going to get to your comments
when
here.
I get back from
Ray Cadell's a realist.
Ray Cadell's, plus he's a pretty awesome horn guy. When I get back from San Diego, I'm going to have a little chat with my buddy Chris Fairchild. Because he kind of compared housing to cars and so forth and so on, and it's not really an honest equal an area. But let's see what Ray has to say, and he'll probably put me straight.
He says, I like the idea of you guys talking about how the market really is and why, instead of the smoke blowing. He also says, there are too many real estate agents and the bar to enter is way too low.
Oh, yeah.
It always has been.
Oh, yeah.
He says, a trusted real estate advisor is helping you make one of the largest financial decisions of your life. We should be held to a very, very, very high standard.
Amen, brother. I'm actually giving
You got a couple of developers watching, a few, actually everyone you know.
I'm giving a little chat in September about my quote. What? We help somebody with one of the most important things for a trip around the sun, right? Food, clothing, and shelter, and we have to take it serious at what we have to do. But look,
where do you think it's going to go, Ray Cadell?
You're talking about the number of agents?
I'm going to ask Ray Cadell this question. Ray Cadell, I respect you. I love you. If you were here, I'd pour you some scotch, give you a chest bump, and put my arm around you and give you a hug. If rates in the fourth quarter of this year surpass 8% and start flirting with 9%, because there is a fairly decent chance this is going to happen. What do you think that is going to do to the market and to inventory and to the profession? Let's see what he says.
That's 3 questions.
Yeah, I think he can handle that.
I know he can handle. I know he can handle that.
Curious of your take.
When he does that, I'll do my pick apart on those three things, because each one's going to be impacted a little bit differently.
So Ray's typing. He's going to put his thoughts in the feed here in a matter of moments. I put this on Twitter, and then I syndicated it across the I Love Seville network, and I'm going to read it verbatim to you. Okay. First, Federal Reserve Bank Governor Michelle Bowman said on Saturday that she expects the Fed to do or thinks the Fed should do a sizable hike in the fourth quarter. Then I shared a statistic or some information that the U.S. 30-year mortgage rate hit a 23-year high at close of business Thursday of 7.39%. 23-year high, Judah Wickower. Close of business Thursday, 7.39%. What's your interest rate on your crib, your casa, your house, your abode? Do you know? You should know this. You should know this. 3-shot. You should know this.
It's in the mid 3s.
Damn, son. Can I? Hold on. Are you on a 3-shot? Props, dude. Mid 3s? That's legit. Good job. Great work. You negotiated a hell of a deal there. Mid 3. Seriously.
Thank you.
Your payment, if you had purchased now, would be 2x and change what it is right now.
I know. I wouldn't be.
2x and change. 2x and change. Okay. So, and then I said this, and then I'm going to get Keith, Ray. See what's working over there. I said one of my mortgage broker friends recently said he would not be surprised if rates surpassed 8% and even headed close to 9% in Q4 of 2023. That is not Scotty Moe.
I get that.
It's not Scotty Moe. And then I said if that happens, inventory will dwindle and values will pop even more. And then I closed by saying, I think we are going to see a lot of housing development projects put on hold unless the developer and investor has a boatload of dry powder, which means money.
Cash. Yeah.
Southern Development, Frank Bailiff and Charlie Armstrong, who watch this network. Charlie is all over our content. I see you, Charlie. I see you, Big C. They sit on stacks of paper. They do it fiscally conservatively. Charlie and Frank. Not everyone does. Okay, so my prediction, and I'm just a guy with a microphone that learns from you and reads a boatload of information. Like
I'm waiting for the question.
hours of information. Hours of reading every day. If we surpass 8 and we flirt with 9, you're going to see housing projects stop. Where's housing going to be done?
Go
Okay.
ahead. I'll let you finish asking the question.
You're going to see inventory get throttled more than it is now. You're going to see folks, what's the percentage of people in America that have a 4% or below?
80%.
80%. Those 80% people are going to say, why am I going to 2x my rate
Until they have to.
until I have to? They're not.
Which
Divorce.
80-something% of the sales out there have to, but that's, go ahead.
And okay, that's, in the grand scheme of things, a small percentage. That's why inventory, that's why sales are in a bear market year over year.
Oh, volume?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a bear market.
yeah. No, no.
It's a bear market right now. What I predict is going to happen is volume is going to, Judah, you're about to put a slide up here. He needs your attention. Volume is going to throttle or shrink even more, and values in Central Virginia are going to pop 6 to 12%.
Yeah, what the hell have we been saying forever?
But we've never gotten to an 8 or 9%
And I don't-
rate environment.
Okay.
When's the last time we've been in an 8 or 9% rate environment?
I'd have to get on,
An 8 or 9% rate environment in Central Virginia, has that happened in the last 25 years?
Yeah.
No, it has not.
Yeah, I don't, thank you.
It has not happened in the last 25 years.
So what you guys are looking at on the screen is the car footprint total sales quarter over quarter, 2016 to 23. So this is volume of sales. That little black line shows us we're at a 2016 volume.
Steven Spitzman says, Jerry's spitting fire right now.
To your point,
Thank you.
to your point, we're going to see, I think, by the end of the third quarter, less than 2016 volume of sales, which is substantially. But prices are going to continue to go up. And look, the people that can afford 7%, I think can afford 8%. But there's some magic point where that's going to happen. Just look at the bottom line. All they're going to do is, Jerry, is bring more cash to the table. There's so much pent-up cash behind it. But we need to take a look at price point.
The people that...
So I don't know what
Ray's in right now.
what Ray has said, but my suspicion would be is he would be something as far as the who's going to buy. The entry level and up to certain dollar point is just going to dry up because they can't afford it at that particular price point. But the people that are going to be in the upper end, the middle to the upper end of the spectrum of prices, because they can bring more cash to it. They can sit tight and wait.
The folks, I'm going to play devil's advocate with you. That's what makes the program fantastic. And the feed is on fire. It's literally on fire right now. Ray Cadell, I'm coming at you in 90 seconds, Ray Cadell. Ray Cadell in 90 seconds.
I'm going to drink my coffee. Go.
The people that can afford an increase from 7 to 8% or 8% to 9%, those folks are nuanced and sophisticated.
But didn't we not have this same conversation when interest rates were at 3 and 4 and we said, oh my God, we're going to go to 6. There was not going to be any sales. Prices were not going to go up.
80% of America has sub as 4% or less. If we eclipsed 8%, you're talking a 2x delta.
But
a 2x delta from a perception standpoint is an awakening for people.
So let's
That's
ask.
an awakening.
So let's ask. We
You
got to
want
get.
Ray's comments?
Let's go to Ray's comment. Then I want to ask him a question.
Okay.
If he's got time.
And I'll highlight some of the folks watching. Carly Wagner, ¿Qué pasa, chica? ¿Cómo estás? Lisa Costello, ¿Qué pasa? Jamie Vaya, she's an agent watching the program. Bellamy Brown, Woody Fincham, Georgia Gilmer, Katie Pearl, Andrew Vaughn, Jason Howard, Carrie Griggs, Valerie Easter, Dean Russell, Olga, and Puerto Rico. ¿Qué pasa?
So
Rake it out.
before you do that, while Jerry
Can't
is
keep up with these comments.
talking to his comment, for the real estate agents that are listening right now, percentage-wise, between 1 to 10, how many of your sellers have to move? That they've picked up the phone and said, "Sell my house because I have to move." Because this is an important piece of information. But let's see what Ray has to say.
The have to move demographic, you're basically saying it's divorce or death, or I got knocked up and I need an extra bedroom for a kid.
You got knocked up. How did that work?
That's what you're saying, right? Those are the people you're talking about, right?
I mean,
divorce, death, and I got knocked up. I need an extra bedroom for a
I wasn't
kid.
going to put it necessarily.
But that's what you're saying.
to that language, but they have to move.
Okay.
Life changes have made them jobs, retirement,
Yeah.
right? I can't afford my house any longer because I got to move, right? Taxes are doing it. My mother and father are a prime example of that. By and far, people have to move because they have to,
Okay.
not because they want to.
Well, no, I disagree with that. By and far, in a stable rate environment, people move because they choose to move, not because they have to move. In a stable rate environment, you choose to move, not because you're forced to move.
Okay.
Ray Cadell says
I'm gonna
this.
I'm gonna pull up because I've got it. Go, you do that. I've got a 2016 report on why people were buying and selling. Let's see what the number one reason is.
Okay, we'll agree to disagree on this one. Ray Cadell says, Big Ray and the Cool Cats is one hell of a day gig, and many months I'm very glad to have it.
Yeah.
He also says this, we're already there now with rates like they are. Rates going up will only encourage more folks not to sell and keep their existing financial position. Plenty of realtors have day gigs of some sort now.
I agree
No
with that.
one, no inventory to speak of. And by the way, my first home was at 18%. I sold homes from 19% down to 3% and everywhere in between. The cream will continue to rise to the top. Folks will need the trusted advisor even more, but I'm grateful for my day gig,
Yeah,
is Ray.
I agree.
Jason Roger Voisinay, I'm going to get to you.
Hey, Roger. Good to see you the other day.
He's talking Segura. I got some details on the Segura owner as well, Roger. That's a topic for a different day. Jump in on this conversation, Roger Voisinay of Remax. Jason Howard says that he's the king of Rio Road. At 8 to 9%, do you see post-rezoning development in Seaville stalling or just trending even more towards luxury units? That's a damn good question.
Well, that's the point I'm trying to make here is the price point of what's going to be developed because multiple reasons, right? And land acquisition is off the charts. I can't get into details, but I got a meeting this evening. Hopefully we can work on changing some of this trajectory on cost of housing and availability in the area. But I know that was a non-answer. But look,
An expensive rate of dude, I got to cut to the chase here. I'm the yin to your yang. You're the bull, and then maybe today I'm being the bear, or I'm being the realist. Okay?
I'm not. It's not that I'm not unrealistic. I'm just looking at this from 35 years of
An
experience.
expensive rate environment is the antithesis of housing affordability.
Agree. Jerry, we're saying exactly the same thing.
There is no housing affordability in
Absolutely.
an expensive rate environment.
Absolutely. All that does, believe me, and you know I know this because I speak around the country on this stuff, all that does is make the amount of subsidy that somebody needs to bring to the table that much higher.
Which means what?
It means it ain't going to get built,
Exactly.
which means it ain't going to get sold.
Which means what?
Which means that people are going to be buying on the higher end of it. When you start taking a look at the median sales price, and I'm actually trying to look at a 2016 report, but I'll pivot from that. Let's hold on a second here. Last 7 days sold.
What developer is going to use financing to build a project or to create a project?
Yeah. So you're mixing two subjects here, right? So as a recovering developer,
Please.
right? You're 100% right.
No developer's
I
going to
borrow-
do this now.
That's not true.
Cash-rich developers will do this now.
That's exactly right.
Developers
to
that
say
need-
no would be
How many developers do you know that are cash-rich?
quite a few actually.
Okay, I can
But-
rattle them off on one hand. Because I run in these circles too.
In this marketplace,
Yeah.
that's a lot.
In Central Virginia, a 300,000 person market, you have less than 5 that are cash
agree
rich.
with that. 100%.
You got what?
But that's a lot.
Corin, Stanley, Southern,
Keep on going. Keep on going.
Corin, Stanley, Southern.
There's a couple more out
Oh,
there.
who?
I don't know. I can't remember. I'm drinking
Okay,
my coffee.
okay.
Stop giving me a hard time.
Okay.
will you? When
You
going
like
on-
that I'm
Hey,
back,
when are
right?
you
I'm
going?
back, baby.
When are you going on vacation
I'm
again?
back, baby.
These other guests never did this to me. Hold on a second. I want to.
Roger Voisin, Remax. 2 buyers, Keith, paused their home searches today because they found both the homes on their list high and the high interest rates making the monthly payments higher than their comfort level.
Yeah.
He also says maybe you put Craig Builders on that list. Maybe.
Yeah. Craig would use cash. Sometimes what they do, and there's a couple of guys on that list that don't do 100% development. Stanley Martin's really, which is one of our wonderful sponsors.
We love you, Stanley Martin.
That only does acquisition and build. They
right.
do it all.
They're vertically integrated.
They're vertically. Sometimes Southern does. Sometimes Southern doesn't.
Frank and Charlie do it a lot.
I do it a lot, but it's
Yeah.
not a
Not every time.
not every time. Yeah.
Frank and Charlie, are you watching right now? Charlie, are you watching Charlie? Keith, what are you looking at over there?
So the median sales price of the 85 units that closed, this is all kind of product. This is everything from attached, detached, and condos. The median, and by the way, I apologize, Neil, for last week mispronouncing that a bunch of times. The median sales price, would you want to take a gander on what it was? This is all product types. It's got a 4 in front of it.
Ask the question again.
Median sales price that closed this last 7 days, which was a total of 85, in our car footprint, so that's Charlottesville, Albemarle, Nelson, Louisa, and Green, right? On that, the median sales price on that was $454. To your point, that's the median sales price. You know what the average was?
Tell me.
$610. Doesn't mean it takes high and low out, kind of hits it in the middle, right?
I mean, the average is legitimately, what's the jumbo threshold in Virginia?
7 something. I think
Let's
it's
see, jumbo threshold.
I think it's 750, but I mean.
I think it's 726. Let me
no,
look it up.
No, there'll be skewed up. You know, there was one.
Judah, can you Google jumbo loan threshold Virginia 2023?
So the reason I like
say it's 726.
So the reason I like median is there was one sale at 5.3 million that really kind of throws
I say 726.
throws that off. But in any event, your median sales price is $454, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, 2,100 square feet, 9 days on market, which is a whole separate topic that when I get back, you and I ought to tackle one day. What does that actually mean?
4 million?
No, it's not 4 million.
No,
Good Lord.
No. It's 7.
Chico, ¿qué pasa? ¿Qué
it's
estás
7
haciendo?
It's 750.
I think it's 726.
Yeah.
Jumbo loan threshold 2023. Just Google that. Jumbo loan threshold 2023. I think it's 726,000.
VA jumbo loan limits.
Jumbo loan threshold 2023. That's all you have to Google, and it should be early on your search. Jumbo loan threshold 2023. I think it's 726,000.
Look, for the sake of the talk show, it's somewhere between 725 and 750. That's
What do you got
close-
over there,
that's
J-Dubs?
close- That's close enough.
I do see 726.
So he's probably looking at the VA. The VA
726. All right. This is what I'm going to say. You know, they listen to us because we're truthful, straightforward, transparent, accountable.
And
we
every
have-
once in a while, we get dressed in spandex.
we have. I enjoy doing that.
I know you do.
Do you enjoy doing that?
I almost was going to post that picture today, what I did this morning.
Something
but
about that spandex, Keith.
Yeah, I like spandex. Don't tell anybody about
You
it.
ride your bike in spandex.
I don't know. I like spandex.
Here's another thing. I'll follow up with this. You ready for this?
I don't like the spandex on the top because it makes
Why?
because I got this little roll here.
No,
and
you don't.
Yes, I do. I got it.
Come on.
Thank you for being
Want to do some jumping jacks live on air?
No,
Why not?
no. I've got this whole problem with my back, brother. You're trying to cripple me?
But your bike riding is making your back stronger, isn't it?
No, the drugs I inject in my stomach, everything.
Which drugs are they?
It's you know, you probably won't remember this, but one of our favorite movies is White Christmas, and there's a
I love White Christmas.
So there's a line in it where there's a song that that Danny Kaye sings about, giving a $2,000 dental work to a jerk. Well, the VA sends me medicine from Germany that costs $2,000. Literally, they ship it directly from Germany to me. I get it, and I love the VA, man. It just has been great. Any veterans out there that have been, this is a good PSA, any veterans out there that have been reluctant to reach out to the VA, don't go out and do it. They send me this, it was very easy to get in the system. They send me $2,000 a month thing on it. I have to inject my stomach every morning. I hide the pin, I hide the needles from Yona because, I tend to piss her off from time to time. True story. When she was doing her advanced life support, right? So we're both EMTs, right? And Yona's advanced life support. So she used to have to practice giving IVs on me. So she used to stick a needle like this in my arm.
Yikes. Roger says, in Virginia, the conforming loan limit for a single-family home in most markets is $726,200.
There you go. Thank you.
2023.
Roger. Thanks for keeping us straight.
I'll throw this to you.
$454,000 is the median sales price of the last week for 85 units sold.
If I had to put an over-under, are you ready for this?
No.
An over-under of this time next year.
Oh, let's do that.
We're in the middle of the third quarter.
No, let's do it shorter than that. Let's because we need some more bourbon. So let's do an over-under.
The median number on the car footprint.
My numbers are freaking their numbers.
We have to use car.
No, we don't.
The median number of the car footprint.
The ones that are wrong, you're talking about?
Tell us
Sorry.
why the car number is wrong. You got a boatload of agents watching right now, and if you want to go down this road, I'll follow you down this road.
It's because they're 6 weeks late.
Tell us why the car numbers are wrong.
It's 6 weeks late. That's it. We'll just leave it at that.
Jesse Rutherford, hello. Robinson Hubbard, hello.
The market is a world of difference.
Michael Plecker, hello.
In the last 6 weeks. But go ahead, finish your thing.
But the car numbers are based on the second quarter, Keith.
I know that.
Yeah, it literally has a timestamp of when the cutoff on their numbers are.
I know that.
So if they include the timestamp of when the numbers are cut off, it's not wrong.
They're
not including closings that happen after that date stamp.
I know that, but I don't know. We've got something that we're going to share a little bit later with Woody Fincham and I on a future show. So let's just skip this one and move on before I get disbarred from.
You're not going to get disbarred
from car. Yeah, but when somebody like Woody Fincham tells me that the way they're doing it is not right, I'd lean on that.
What are you saying is what? The closings are happening after the report was issued?
Yeah, so you're 100% right. So if you take a look at it, it's as that particular time date. It's only quarter to quarter, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So that's not wrong.
Yeah.
It's just that it's a timestamp. It's timestamped.
It's somewhat misleading on where the market is moving. But I'm going to get myself into trouble.
Those numbers will be reflected in the third quarter report.
Okay. That's going to be 6 weeks late.
Okay, I will do this because I'm the first to draw attention to something. CAR is tied to Virginia Realtors and their economic team, their analysis team.
That's the thing. I think we should be doing it.
It's out of CAR's hands.
I think we should be doing it in-house. That's the real issue.
So
but anyway.
you want realtors that have been elected presidents of an association to do economic analysis?
No. I'm going down a slippery road here. So.
Very slippery.
So we're going to let it go for the moment.
Very slippery.
But CAR has resources that can actually do that internally that is not staff members, if that makes sense.
What you're saying, the Paragon infrastructure?
No, we got members that can do this.
Okay. I'll play devil's,
we're gonna skip
advocate with you.
So
what member would volunteer for that job?
Yeah, there you go.
No member would volunteer for that job because of the liability.
I'm going to ask you to watch. I'm going to ask you to watch a future show because we may have an answer for everybody.
Okay. It sounds like Woody Fincham and Keith Smith are going to create a proprietary analytics software from Lake Monticello.
I have no idea what
for the Charlottesville Area Association of Realtors footprint.
454. 454.
All right.
So let's do the bet, please.
Okay, here's the bet. This is
So
my bet.
we want the end of third quarter.
Mo Barros, thank you very much. 726,200. I appreciate that.
So the end of third quarter, we're going to have a volume of what, the number of units sold, and a percentage increase, right, of X, and we're gonna rely on Carr's number, but we're not going to get them for 6 weeks. Or we let Woody be the arbitrator to generate the numbers.
Okay, here's my bet. By close of business Q2 2024.
I don't want to wait that long. Let's do something shorter.
All right, how about this?
Are we negotiating this, right?
I mean, this is not really negotiation. It's setting the parameters of a prop bet.
Got it.
By the close of business of the fourth quarter of this year,
12/31.
12/31. So
Okay.
that's not that far. I mean,
Okay.
Jesus, it's August 7th.
I'll buy 12/31.
12/31.
Okay.
What's the median at Q4 2022? Actually, I take that. Yeah.
I don't have Q4 2022 in front of me. I've got what the volume is, but I don't have what the.
All right, so this is tough. That's why we need to do it year over year. And granted, that's a long bet. I think home values year over year are going to
Okay,
pop 10%.
Yeah, so we're not having a bet here.
Albemarle County
Because I
specifically.
don't disagree with you.
Year over year.
I don't think because we're already at 7%.
Okay, year over year, Albemarle County specifically, I think home values will pop 11%.
So I think
11%. You take that bet?
Because I don't think so, because we're all kind of on the same range.
11.25%.
Isn't this negotiations? So you want me to go under?
Year over year, Albemarle County specifically, the median, Q3, median number, Q3, year over year, 2023 versus 2024, we'll put the over-under at 11.25%.
In fairness to you, we probably ought to make it single-family detached, no new construction.
Yeah. We always
Right.
we always do that.
But we want to quantify.
We want to stipulate that.
Yeah, because.
But we knew that's what we were going to say
I
because
know
we
that.
know each other.
But there's other people that are listening.
You're right.
to
You're
us.
right. I forget. I'm having so much fun with you, my friend. I'm having so
We
much
are
fun.
live. Just
I know
so
we
that
are.
you
We are.
Yeah. And somebody once told me, this stuff lives forever.
Oh,
So single-family detached, no new construction, 12/31, year over year. We're going to allow the arbitrator to be Woody Fincham.
no.
Because we're going to have to wait 6 weeks to get it.
The arbitrator is
So
CAR.
now all of a sudden-
it's CAR.
So now
its
we're-
data can be appealed. Okay, then
So
we'll do
we're now-
Q2. Then we'll do Q2. We'll do Q2.
Are you going to let me hang around this long?
This,
That
of
long?
course, I love you, man.
Okay.
This is my point. This is what I'm putting this bet on. I genuinely think, and I hate to say this, I genuinely hate
the
to say
tricky
this.
part here is the volume. That's where the.
Oh, we're
that's,
gonna have no volume, dude.
So that's the number that you and I are going to have.
We're in a bear market when it comes to volume.
I think we'll be north of 10. You're thinking we're going to be north of 11%.
Oh, dude, this is what I think.
I think you're right.
This is,
I'll take.
Don't take this bet. I feel like I'm taking advantage of somebody.
No,
here.
because
don't take this bet.
Nah, it's okay. We need
Oh,
more
don't
bourbon
take
in the
this
bar.
bet. I'm setting you up. I can't do the hustling tactics I use with my friend. Don't take this bet. Don't take this bet.
Okay, honestly, your number is what? 3 1/4, 11 1/4.
This is what I think is going to happen. Okay, I genuinely think this is going to happen. I think the rates, and I can't believe I'm saying this, and it's demoralizing for me to say this.
Ooh,
I know, but we're having fun. You looked at the time for the first time?
I did.
Me
yeah,
too.
yeah.
Literally like 60 seconds before
Yeah.
you did. I'm like, how the hell did an hour fly by? It's demoralizing for me to say this. I think the interest rate environment is going to surpass 8% this year. I would not be so. I don't
I'm
think.
not arguing with you
okay,
right now.
I think it's going to surpass 8% this year.
The question is what will the median sales price
If
go
the
up
interest rate environment surpasses
Year over year.
8% this year,
to? Yeah.
you have a 2x delta between what 80% of America has and what 80% of America wants. 100% of America wants. 80% of America has a 4% or lower interest rate right now. If the interest rate is a 2x environment over what 80% of America has,
We're already there.
80% of America is going to be like, why am I going to list this?
Yeah, but that's not what the bet's about. The bet's about.
I know, I'm going to get to that.
You get to that.
And then if 80% of America says, I ain't going to list my house, then the inventory is going to be throttled even more than it is now.
No argument there.
If the inventory is throttled even more than it is now, values are going to pop because the supply is so limited and there's still buyer demand, especially in Central Virginia,
And HOAs.
especially with data science
I mean,
school,
my God.
especially with Paul Manning, especially with enrollment.
We talked about this on Wednesday.
I genuinely think
$123,300 is the median, according to HUD, is the median, family income is $123,300. Last year it was 111, so it jumped up roughly 12 grand, 11 grand.
I genuinely think Donna Patton, hello.
120. Am I getting in trouble?
No,
Okay.
Donna Patton, she says that's why you need a realtor to pull timely numbers,
Yep.
which is what you're saying.
Yeah.
I genuinely think HOA neighborhoods in Albemarle County, my neighborhood, which a
market's
lot of
different.
folks know where I live, is going to pop
Yeah.
another 10% this time next year. There is one home for sale in my neighborhood out of 850, and that list price is $1.2 million. I think it's going to pop another 10% year over year. I think we're heading into a market that America, I'll be more specific. I think we're going to head into a market in Central Virginia that is the most expensive market in Central Virginia history. I think we're already in the most expensive market in Central Virginia history right now. And I also think that we're in the most difficult market in Central Virginia history for first-time home buyers. The history of Central Virginia right now. You disagree with any of that?
Go ahead. I'll let you go. We've had this conversation more than once.
This is the most expensive real estate market in Central Virginia history right now.
Sales price. Agreed.
Sales price, land acquisition,
Inventory.
inventory,
I would agree with that.
competition.
I would agree.
And wait till Paul Manning Biotech Institute opens UVA, the data science is in full throttle, and UVA ups enrollment, and Central Virginia continues to be more. Do you know what
You
I
think
was?
that 123 is going to go up or down?
Dude, I was 10 days just in Long Island.
Long Island. You got to say it right if you're going to.
I was wearing a University of Virginia
Long Island.
cap or shirt on a couple of days. I was talking to people and shooting the you know what like you do. So many folks were saying we got to get the hell out of here and move down south.
Of course, but
My
Jerry-
brother-in-law-
But Jerry, stop. Time out. That's always been the effing case. The number's different, Jerry. I made a career.
I know it's
out of
always been
building
the
house-
case.
It's just all of a sudden it's insane.
That's
right?
what I'm saying.
Right. So, what's the tax rate on the Hamptons?
I couldn't tell you that.
It's tens of thousands of dollars a year,
Actually, okay.
right?
Depends on where you live.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Depends on where you live. Whether you're in the village or not in the village, for example, of Southampton.
Or Levittown.
Yeah, depends on where you live.
Okay.
I know you want to jump in here, and I
Who, me?
see,
Who,
dude.
me?
We have a boatload of agents
Yeah, go
watching
ahead.
right now.
Go ahead. You let that happen, and then
Lonnie Murray, your thoughts.
I will.
Dean Russell, your thoughts. I mean, heavy hitters watching the program right now. Katie Pearl, your thoughts. Michael Pruitt, your thoughts.
You
Jen
want,
Finazzo, your thoughts.
you want to
Todd Rath, your thoughts.
You want to hear a number?
Please. Mark McKinney, your thoughts. Crozet Community Advisory Committee.
Glenmore,
Yes, I know that as well as anyone.
January 1 to the end of the second quarter
You're talking of this year.
of this year.
Okay.
Median sales price,
Yep.
right, was $875.
Okay.
No new construction, single family detached.
Okay.
Do you want to know what the number is from July 1st till today? Now the volume is low. It's only 3 units.
Handful of units.
Handful of units.
Yeah, you're saying, I could probably tell you this. It's over $1 million.
$1,132,000.
There's no one follows the Glenmore market more than I do.
Yeah. So just in 45 days, plus or minus.
You're
right?
talking an appreciation. Dude, I
So
I
this
say
is-
this for analytical purposes only. My home from March of 2020 until today has appreciated 85%.
Let's take a look at what Lake Monticello did.
85%, Keith, in 3 years.
Oh, we got to go, brother.
85%.
Yeah. So that when people start saying, "Oh my God, the bubbles are ready to pop," when Chris Fairchild goes over there and goes, "Oh my God,"
Yeah, I disagree with, I watched that show.
Yeah.
That was the one thing I disagree with Fairchild on.
I would agree with that.
Fairchild was, and Chris Fairchild, you're watching right now? Holler at your homie, Chris Fairchild, if you're watching. Fairchild says there's some doom and gloom on the horizon.
Well, we're kind of talking about that, though, right? Because what we're talking about is what's impacting the affordability thing. The 1.1 million buyer, the $875,000 buyer at 8% or 9%, it's not going to have a huge impact on that buyer.
I disagree.
Yeah, I really don't. But
I
we're going to
think-
find out.
I think that buyer.
We're going to find out because we're going to be able to do what we just did at the end of the third quarter, end of the fourth quarter. I mean, just simple numbers. If the numbers are still going up, right?
I think the
then it's not gonna
jumbo
happen.
market buyer is a nuanced, sophisticated buyer who is undoubtedly following rates and not forced
They
into
will-
buying or selling
Yeah, yeah.
because of divorce,
I would agree with-
children, etc.
Well, all those things impact it because we've got sellers at that price point. But they do look at interest rates way more.
That's what I'm saying.
The low.
Now, if that jumbo market buyer has a rich cash position, they may be opportunistic and say, let me come in and use an all cash buy and see if I can get a deal.
Yep, I don't disagree with you. I just want to take a quick look at Lake Monticello because technically that is kind of in the affordability range, whatever that means.
John Kluge, hello.
Just curious on what.
Justin Goodman says 85% in 3 years would be low for Florida. Bankers down here.
Yeah, I would agree with
He's
that.
watching the program right now. I mean, here's the thing. Here's another thing. Even though the home has appreciated 85% in 3 years, and we know we can walk with stacks of paper, what do we buy?
That's the point.
What do we buy?
So that's the point. That's the point, Jerry, at the kitchen table.
What would we buy?
That's exactly right.
So we wouldn't.
but
we
if
wouldn't
Jerry
sell.
has to buy because, you know,
What am I going to buy?
Jerry all of a sudden has 4 kids. God bless you.
Dude, not a chance. And by bankers, he says bonkers down here. I didn't know, Goodman, you were down in the Sunshine State.
Yeah. Real quick.
Justin Goodman, I talked to your pops a couple of weeks ago. Love your pops, Justin. Love your pops. Tell him I said what up. What are you doing over there? You're extrapolating and you're analyzing and you're data crunching and you're doing some crafty stuff over there.
Crafty.
Yeah, what are you doing over there? You crafty MFer. What are you doing?
Lake Monticello, first half of the year, median sales price was $340, no new construction. From July 1st until today, it bumped up by $5,000, so it's $345. So in 35, whatever amount of days it is, it jumped up $5,000, and it's really interesting.
Why don't I
It's
give?
interesting. 28 units closed between July 1st and the 7th of August. That's actually a pretty big number.
I'm gonna. Can I
28
give?
units sold.
Can I give one of your colleagues some credit?
Yeah, sure, of course.
I can. Now I love Keith Smith and I
No,
love Yona
no,
Smith and
no.
I love Yes Realty Partners.
Yeah, no.
I love you guys.
Smart is smart.
I love you guys.
I love you too. It's 11:29.
Patty Rowe.
Yeah,
You know Patty?
I do.
Logan Foster.
Yeah, I do.
Patty listed a crib, a casa, an abode, and a house in Glenmore that is 21 years old. And she listed it for $1,275,000. 30 some days later, it sold for $5,000 below list price at $1,270,000. It is 21 years old, and whoever buys this is probably going to do an entire rehab of the kitchen and probably need to put in a new roof for this house.
Sure.
And it sold in a month at $1,275,000.
I get it. Yeah, so I think we're saying the same thing. Look, let's get back to the prop bet because I don't think we finished it, and it's
I mean,
it's at
I
11:30.
feel like I would be taking advantage of you with this
I'll
prop
go
bet.
with you. I'll go with you. So what's your number? You know me well enough to know I will.
I don't think you should. I
pick your number. Pick your number,
all
and
right.
then I'll pick my number.
Let's put the over/under at 9%.
You're just trying to buy me bourbon.
You told me to pick a number. I love you. You're my friend.
No, this is
I'll
for
buy you the bottle of bourbon regardless.
This is for a sake of a talk show. What's your number?
I honestly think
Almar County, no single family.
I think Almar County, single family detached, no new construction, year over year, this time next year, you're going to see a 10% plus pop in value.
Okay, so I'm going to pick 12 just for the hell of it.
So you're saying the over under is 12%,
Let's do 12%.
and you're going to take the over or under on
Because
12?
we really need more bourbon.
Well, I mean, I hope one of our guests who comes on the show, one of the viewers and listeners, buys it.
I would hope so. Look, I think 12% is unrealistic. I honestly don't think we're going to be in double digits.
Did you see the
But I
the
think-
graph that Carr put out?
Yeah, I got it. I dig into my own numbers is very intently. I understand the numbers pretty good. I honestly don't think if we make it into double digits, it'll be just into double digits. I really do. Because what's going to happen here,
I'm going to try to find it here.
as volume, I've got it right in front. I've got the whole report right here. As volume starts dropping, Jerry, that kind of will impact the ratios a little bit, right? So I think we're going to end up probably substantially below 2016 in volume, right? That's what it's going to be.
Albemarle County median sales price. You have this as well. You can find this on CAAR.com. Just click the report. Find it. Actually, go to realtalkwithkeithsmith.com. Realtalkwithkeithsmith.com. Q2 2022 versus Q2 2023. Albemarle County had an 11% change in median price.
Sure.
And that 11% change in median price was at an interest rate environment that is different than the interest rate environment we're in now.
Correct. Yeah, without doubt. I think when it all shakes out, I really don't think, who knows, I might be wrong, but I don't think we're going to be double digit. I think we'll be 9 and change. We'll be awfully close.
All right, I'll take that back.
We got, yeah. So I think.
Okay, so we should set it at 10%.
At 10%. I think that's a reasonable bet.
All right, 10%.
I'm probably.
I'll take the over on 10%.
I'm probably wrong.
I think you're going to lose that bet.
Yeah. But I'm willing to take a bit of a gamble on this because we got to see what happens if the volume really drops worse than what it's already dropped. That could skew the numbers a little bit.
You're saying it's going to make them pop even more.
Well, it depends, right? It
I
depends.
mean, you just gave the Glenmore example.
Yeah. And that was only actually,
3 homes.
Actually, 2. I'm
2
looking at it
trades,
right.
3 trades.
In 30 days.
Yeah.
30 days, yeah. We shall see, yeah.
And you went from 875 to 1-1?
I think what, and I've got to go sign checks. I think what we need to do is bet on the volume, but we'll save that for another when we get back from San Diego.
You were in Fuego today.
I missed you.
Dude, the show pops. I mean, it's...
I miss you.
Judah, right?
I honestly miss you.
Scintillates, right?
I honestly miss
Tintillates.
He was snoring over there. I was watching.
This isn't his cup of tea, the language, the topic matter.
I don't know about that. He engaged quite a bit.
Do you like the real
last
estate
week.
topic matter?
Last week.
I know a lot less than you guys.
That's why he's listening.
That's what makes us scary.
Yeah.
We think we know what we're talking about.
Terrifying. Well, I mean, we're just basing it on...
Did I say that out loud?
We're basing it on data that we read.
And in my case, 3.5 decades of experience, and we've talked about this numerous of times. I have anyway. The caveat here, the wild card here,
I mean, I've basically... How long have we been doing this?
since '87.
No. How long have you and I been doing Real Talk?
Oh God, we're 554, 55 shows, something
So
like that.
let's go
Or 45.
554.
I think it's 45 actually. I may have inverted that.
So
I'd
let's
have to
go
look.
540. 540.
I know
shows.
we're over that. So
All right, can I say 550?
you can say what the hell you want.
550 shows.
You're going to do it anyway. So
550 shows
yeah, hold on.
times 90 minutes.
Hold on.
550 shows, Judah, times 90 minutes, the average length of every show. You know we have a 45-minute contract, right?
I know that.
Okay.
You remind me of that regularly. by the
Fuck,
way.
just
You remind me of that regular, you know.
550 times 90 minutes is a total of
Which is,
49.
You know, we're like an old couple, man.
That's why people like it. That's a total of 49,500 minutes. 49,500 minutes
It's
divided by
it's
60 minutes.
It's 5:45, by the way.
Divided by 60 minutes is 825 hours. 825 hours divided by a 40-hour work week
And I got to tell you,
is 20 weeks.
I gotta tell you-
I've spent 20 work weeks sitting across from him. That's basically an effing MBA, learning from a professor.
I got to tell you, I'm done with you. That's it.
An MBA. Learning
Okay.
from you.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't go that far. That's a bit of a stretch.
You've been in 1987.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that I got an M. That doesn't mean that I'm the oracle or whatever. It's a street smarts thing.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
do what you do. I
You're a
read a lot.
genius.
I'm not a genius.
You're a smart guy.
That's two things, Jerry, I've never been accused of. as being a
Well, I'm here to tell you that.
Yeah, I've never been accused of. But I'm looking forward to heading down to San Diego and helping a client hopefully sell a home in La Jolla.
I've spent almost 21 40-hour work weeks doing this with you.
Yeah.
I want you to think about that.
And I got to tell you, you're a little slow, you know? You should be able to
21
pick up on
40-hour work weeks. Judah Wickower, Keith Smith, Jerry Miller.
Have a
This
good
is
show
the
today.
time that you need a trusted advisor more than ever. If you are not doing this with a trusted advisor like
Agreed.
Keith and Jonas Smith, then you guys
Or anybody
are,
on the Real Talk Partners.
are crazy. Trusted advisor in this market more than ever. RealTalkWithKeithSmith.com. RealTalkWithKeithSmith.com. I'll say it loud. I'll say it proud. RealTalkWithKeithSmith.com. In this competitive market. Judah Wickower and I are back with the I Love Seville show in approximately 53 minutes.
People are buying and selling houses. Get out there and do it.
People are buying and selling houses. So long, everybody, and thank you for joining us. Take care.
Thanks, Jerry. Good to have you back, man.
The show was on fire.
Of course. Yeah. I missed